Good morning, everybody. This is Leonard working on the Mudduck. Last night I had a brain fart and I decided how I'm going to build this thing. And it's out of 1.5 inch foam board. Dan asked me to give him a weight of a 1 square foot section of foam board, but it's so light I can't do it. So here's a 3 by 8 foot section with the aluminum still on both sides, and it weighs 5 pounds. So I'll give you an idea how light this stuff is. There's a chunk I'm cutting off for the wing, and it's about 40 inches long and about 1.5 feet wide, and I'm going to use that. And these are the plugs that I'm making for the tail section, because the tail section is going to be removable. These are so light that basically float in the air. So give you an idea what. All right, here's what the rear cell is going to look like. The center cell is the painted section. The back is the new section. This is how far out my 4x4 spar sticks out. So I'm going to brace it so that I can slide it on and off, and it will be held on with the extreme tape on all four sides, so there'll be no screws holding this thing on other than the tape itself, which will give me the ability to pull that, for shipping, to pull that thing off there and put it back on real easy. I decided to make the tail section like a oh, I forgot what this thing is, Dynastar or something like that. It's kind of like a Citabria looking thing, Dynaflight. And the tail section I like because the rudder, if you pretend that back section there is a 4x4 spar, I'm going to make a foam spar that I can connect the rudder to from at least 4 inches on the bottom, and then going across the top of the spar. It'll connect, about, I'd say, a good foot or more on the top of the spar. And then the wings I'm going to make so that they sit on top of the spar, and I can actually probably glue them right onto the foam, right onto the spar itself. So it's going to be the last 2 foot of this section here is going to be all foam. There's not going to be any wood in it. And I'm going to use Dan Matusik's technique with the wood glue and the newspaper. So hopefully it'll be pretty rigid. I'm going to design the tail section just like this here. I like the design. It kind of looks like a air tractor look to it. It's going to have the top of the section like this, so that'll neutralize it when it goes into a turn. It'll actually take all the pressure off the rudder by having this little extra piece right here. That does an amazing amount of work because it's the opposite direction of where you want to turn. And it does same with the same with the tail. It'll be designed just like this, where you have this extra piece sticking out. So when you give it an up elevator, this part here neutralizes the elevator, takes the pressure off the servo. And you'll have a little V section in the back here. You'll notice that the tail section is split, and that's the way I'm going to make it for the Mudduck, same way. So I like the looks of it. I'll angle it up on the belly, and I'll angle it down from the top of the line, and that way that wing is going to sit on top of that 4x4 spar, which is about right. So time I get it extended out and then shaped down a little bit, it'll have pretty much the same look. And with the tail hanging off the end of it, I think my ratio is about right. This Mudduck's probably 3rd scale. This one, the Citabria looking thing, that's probably 1/4 scale. So I'd rather fly the Mudduck than the Dynaflight. So that's about all I can think of right now, other than this is ThermoBoard is the brand name. as you can see on the sheets here, that's what it looks like. Thermo sheathing rated to the 3rd degree. So the stuff is made in Dallas, Texas, and you can get it at any Dixie Line lumber, big lumber store. $27 out the door, including tax. So there's a strip that I cut off, and I'm going to use that to make the 4x4 spar. By the way, 3 of these together is a 4x4 spar, so I'm real happy with that because I can sandwich it together and and use the newspaper Dan trick and work with that design structure that he's been playing with. And I'll keep you posted. I'll probably start on this thing today sometime. We haven't had sunlight here in 3 weeks. That's it. Ciao.